All right, so we are live. We're going to get started here in just a moment. I am Kathleen Vicenzotti. So excited for you to be here. I am the Vice President of Sales here at Magnolia Design Co. Super excited to be with you this evening. We're going to have a fun DIY project. So if this is coming across your news feed or your screen, you're going to see the project we're making. We're going to make a book stack and farmhouse duo Garland. So it's going to be super fun. I am excited. I see Lisa's with us, so I'm going to make Lisa the co-host. One of our co-founders of Magnolia Design Company is with us, and she's actually going to be walking us through the project. So I'm super excited for everybody who took time out of their evening to stop their scroll and join us on Facebook, or if you're on our live Zoom event. I was saying, while we're ready to get started, if you didn't purchase one of the DIY kits already, you can go to our website and get your own. But everybody should be grabbing their kit. You're going to have the base surface. You should have your stencil that we're going to use on the surface. You're going to want your beads. You're going to want your other stencil, the farmhouse duo stencil. You're going to want your little ornament accent. You're going to want to get your ribbon and twine and sample paste, but also go get scissors. We didn't send scissors in the kit. We assume you have those at home. So you're going to need some scissors. But while we're just getting ready to get started, I want to know what you're most excited about, looking forward to, or learning about tonight in our virtual craft party. And then you can put it in the comments if you're following us along on Facebook, or if you're in Zoom, put us in the chat box, let us know. Also, there is a Google form that if you fill that out and let us know that you are here, we will enter that. And that way we're going to have some fun prizes at the end, give away a stencil or something at the end for just participating and having fun, right? Because that's just what we do here at Magnolia. We have fun with stuff. So Lisa, are you with us? I don't know if you want to, if you're in a position to show us your camera or your beautiful
Yes,
face.
Kathleen. Hey, yes, I am here. Let me turn my video on.
Yay. Oh, there you are. Look at you. All
Can you
right.
see
I
me?
am. Yes. I'm going to add a spotlight too for you. Perfect. Yes, I can see you. So super excited. I'm really excited, Lisa, to learn from you how to turn these beads into something fun, because like just looking at all the twine, I'm like, how do we get it to go from this to what we saw in the picture? So I can't wait
Right.
for you to share. But while everyone's getting all their kits together, I thought it would be fun for you to take a minute and just introduce yourself. I'm going to stop sharing the screen so everybody can see your beautiful face. There you go. If you want to just say hello and let everybody
Hey,
know.
cool. I can see other people too. Hey,
Yeah.
ladies. I see Shelby and Janet and Lynn. That's kind of like where I'm limited right now. I guess I can look a little, scroll over. Hey, thanks for joining us. So for those of you who don't know, my name's Lisa Ramsey, and I'm one of the co-owners, and I produce most of our designs here at Magnolia Design Company. So some of them get me super excited, and some of them are like, this is for this whole other group, but all of them I love, and I spend a lot of time working on them. So you guys will have products to use to make exciting projects for your friends and family, and also to sell or to sell end products, or to sell the stencils and products themselves.
Awesome. And you actually designed today's actual DIY kit that we're doing, didn't you?
I did. Yes, I did. Yeah.
And what I love about it is you get 2 for 1.
Exactly. The garlands are super, really popular now. And I really, when we first started doing this, I had absolutely no idea how popular they were. Because I have enough junk in my house. I don't do those cute little tier trays, but I just started doing them. So now I'm getting in with the garlands and I'm loving them.
They are so popular. I don't have one either, but I'm like, after seeing everything out there, I'm like, I got to get one so that we could take all these beautiful creations we make and put it on there. But I do have a bowl in my front entryway that I'm going to hang mine over. So I'm excited to make it. Perfect. So why don't I turn it over to you to just kind of help us walk through getting our stuff set up for what we're going to do first and any instructions that we need before we get started.
Okay, are we going to just jump right in and start on the project, or did you want to do some things before?
I just wanted to remind everybody to fill out the Google form that is in the chat box. And if you're following along on Facebook, sprinkle the love. Let other people who are looking for a fun project to do. But I don't know. I think we could do something fun like change our screen names. I kind of have a fun little activity we can do with that. And I know this. If you've been on one of my parties or live before, it's kind of fun just to be silly and just have a good time. So we're gonna have everybody change their name on their screen or put it in the comments so we know what your
Very funny.
what your name is gonna be. Your Irish name, considering St. Patrick's Day is this week, and you missed earlier. This was the T-shirt I made on an earlier live. So this was a stencil that we did in kind of honor of St. Patrick's Day week. But what is your name, Lisa? My name is Mischievous McBrewski.
Okay, and I am Plaid Tam Lucky Pants. Yay.
That is so funny. Oh my goodness. So if anybody else is following on, we want to know what your name is, your Irish name is for tonight's party. And if you are a creator, thank you so much for being here and joining us. Without our creators, none of this would be possible because you're really our ambassadors who are bringing Magnolia Design to life. So we really appreciate you guys getting out there and inspiring others to create beautiful projects like this project we're going to create together. But now that I think we all have our fun names and we're ready to get in there and just get in and let's just get this party started. What do you think?
All right, let's do it. All right, so Kathleen went over all of your kit contents, but I'm going to just pull them apart and then we'll jump into it. So you should, inside of your box, you should have received a box, and inside of it, you would have received a book stack, a faux book stack in a bubble wrap, and you may have had an extra piece of twine with it. This is your book stack, and it looks the same on all sides, upside down and everywhere. So I'm going to set that aside. And then underneath that, you should have had 2 stencils. So the first one is going to be this Home Sweet Home. It's actually called Book Words. It's Home Sweet Home or Welcome to Our Home. You can do anything you want to with it. And then a little one that you can't see, part of this is hidden. It says Live Simply. And then we have home here. And I'll show you what we're going to do with that. And in addition to that, you should have another little bubble wrap bag, and it should be full of goodies. Okay, some of these things that we're going to use to complete the book stack, and some are for the garland. So first you should have some black chalk paste. You'll have a natural wood round that has a hole already drilled in it, okay, and a little bit of twine. I'm gonna set that aside. And then you just have like a bunch of little ribbons, little odds and ends, and you can choose to add these to your garland or not at the end. Some people do, some people don't like them. It's kind of like a messy bow kind of thing. And then you'll have a packet of the twine. It's about, I think it's about 20 or 30 feet long. You should have a mini squeegee, and then you're going to have a bunch of these beads. So you're going to have, it gives a real cute farmhouse look. So you're going to have 10 of each, and it should be the natural, the black, and the white. Okay, so that's what we're going to be working with. And I will go through all of this with you. So I'm going to set this aside. Hang on just a sec. All right, and we're gonna go ahead and get started. So first thing I like to do is remove the stencils from their plastic sleeve. And so it's on the back. Just go ahead and peel it off.
Which one are we
And
doing first? That oh,
we
that one
are
with the
going
big
to
one.
choose the book words, the home sweet
Yay.
home. And so anytime you see a line like this is a suggested cut mark. And this is where we are going to cut it. So I'm going to take a Sharpie and then I'm going to just write on the back of each of these what these letters were. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do mine. We got someone who says they are river dance kilts. All right, so I'm just so that when I take these apart and wash and dry them, I'll know where they go to the backing, right? And I will know that this is actually the back. And let me write it up and I'll show you what I've got. It just looks like this on the back. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and just do that for the other stencil as well. And let's see what this one looks like. So this stencil was made specifically for this kit. So one says home and one says live simply. And they're about the same size as our minis. Okay. And then I'm going to take each one of these and I am going to cut on the suggested lines and set them aside. Okay, so I'll wait for y'all to do that. How many people out there celebrate St. Patty's Day? There is a not too far from where I live, there's an old town, downtown area where we have our paint and sip studio, and they do these giveaways, and it's like a beer crawl or something like that. We give out t-shirts and you're at a station. It's a lot of fun. We have a good time. And then it's also my little sister's birthday. So we have fun with that.
Oh, how fun.
All right, so now I am done with my scissors and my pen, and I'm going to put those aside. Next, I'm going to grab my paste and rip off the top. And I've already done it in advance, but I put mine in a little jar. It just makes me, or a little, what is this, like a ramekin or something like that. I just put it in here because it's a little easier for me to work with. You can do what you choose. Some people just like to take the paste sample pack and squeeze it right onto the squeegee. But I like to have a little more to play with here. So I just go ahead and put mine in a little container. Casey always has a parade. Kansas City always has a parade downtown.
That's fun.
Yeah, that is fun.
I make corned beef and cabbage every year. I don't know why.
Oh, I love
I
that.
have a really easy recipe that I throw in a pot of everything. So,
Oh, you'll have to invite me over. I do the same. But it's always long and drawn out. So I need an easy one. Come to your house would be easy. All right, so guys, what I'm going to do is the next, to move forward, I'm just going to move my camera down so that you guys can see what I'm doing. And Reuben's for dinner. Yes. Mm.
oh, I love Rubens too.
Yes. Yeah, that's leftovers. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to move the camera down and then I'm going to go over step by step on how we work on the book stack. So we'll do the book stack first. Then we're going to work on the natural edge round. And while that's drying, we're going to put our garland together and then we'll put it all together. Okay. All right, so let me move this down so you can see what's going on. Okay, so I've got my book stack and I'm going to set it. Let me see. Can you see that okay, Kathleen?
I can,
Okay. And then I'm just going to decide what I want my book stack to say. So I've got these 4 pieces and it can say, welcome to our home. Or I can say home, sweet, and then reuse home. That's up to you all. I think I'm going to do welcome to our home. So I want you, what are you going to do, Kathleen?
I know. I was wondering. I don't know what to do. What are all our friends out there doing? I think I'm gonna do Welcome to Our Home too. That was the one I was gonna go with because it's gonna go my entryway.
Okay, great. One thing I want to say to you all is when you make the decision about what you're going to do, don't feel like you are locked into a location. So they don't all have to be like right or left justified. Okay, you can start some in the middle and move it over and just have it cascade. That is up to you.
Oh, look at how clever Lynn is gonna do one on one side on the front and then flip it over and do it a different one on the back.
Oh, very smart. Very smart. All right, so I'm just going to put a couple in place. I'm doing this upside down, so I hope I get it right, guys.
Looks good.
Okay, great. All right, what's great about this little book stack is it has the lines and it kind of helps you position your stencil well. All right, now remember that these stencils are repositionable. They have a sticky back. So if you don't like the where you put it, just go ahead and remove it and put it in another spot until you're ready to get going and you're comfortable with the way it's going to turn out. I got mine a little bit off. All right, I think I'm ready to go. What we want to do is just go around the positive space, and that in this case is everything you see that's white. We just want to go around it, and I just kind of do a circular motion with my fingers. You don't have to press real hard, but what I'm doing right now is just making sure I have a good contact between the stencil and the surface so that I don't get any leakage when I start stenciling over my project. I just want to get all the air bubbles out. This is a small, the letters, they seem to come out a little easier than others. If you have a bubble somewhere and you're not able to get it out, just lift it and lay it back down and smooth it over. Okay, so I'm ready to get started. I'm going to do the two on the outside, and just so, because if I put the one in the middle, it's going to overlap. So I'm going to do these two, remove it, and then I'm going to put the one in the middle. So I hope I got this right. Welcome, and then home. All right, so I'm going to grab some of my paste, and I'm just going to lay it. Just going to lay it over the top. I'm not going to press. I'm just going to lay it over the top. So we're just going to squeegee the product on, and I can go ahead and do both stencils at one time. Okay, and then I'm going to squeegee the excess. This is one of the reasons that I like to have a little ramekin. And then I'm going to go at a right angle and squeegee or scrape off, however you want to think about it, the excess. So basically what you should be able to see is, let me do this one here. You should pretty much be able to see the design through the stencil. Okay, so when you're doing chalk paste, less is more. Now, we're not going to sit here and have a long conversation and let this dry, because the chalk paste, if it dries inside of the stencil, is going to come up with the silk screen stencil. All right, so let me just pull one off, and we're going to do like a peel and reveal, right? But you can go slowly if you'd like, especially in some of these smaller fonts. They have more detail, so you can just pull and reveal a little bit at a time. If you find that you didn't get it all the way filled in, you can just roll it back in place and use your finger with a circular motion to fill it in, or use your squeegee. Okay, and continue to pull. Voila, that turned out great. Now I'm just going to take my stencil and set it aside. And then let me grab the other one. Very good. Okay, those of you who are also doing the project, can somebody show me what yours looks like so far? Everybody doing?
Let's see. Anyone doing with it?
Oh,
Lynn,
well,
you want to show it? Or Shelby?
Yeah,
let's see.
Very good. Awesome, Lynn. Great job, Shelby. Okay, terrific. All right, I'm going to go for it.
We didn't get to see. There we go. We didn't see Lynn's. Lynn, we got to see it again. I didn't see it. Ah, perfect. Yay.
Good job.
Okay,
Excellent.
perfect.
Okay, so I'm just going to go for the middle piece now. I've kind of offset mine a little bit, and I'm going to go to welcome to our. I'm just going to approximate it. Living on the edge here. That's kind of how I like to craft. Now, because the other pieces are still, the other areas are still a little bit wet, I'm just going to lay it in place. I'm not going to press down on the outer edge. And then I'm just going to use that circular motion again over the stencil and apply my paste. So when we're applying the paste, try not to be stingy about it. Go ahead and put enough on to cover all the areas. But then we do want to be pretty stingy when we're removing it. Doesn't take a lot. All right, and then I'm going to do my slow peel and reveal. I think I just got, oh, okay, I missed a spot there. So I'm going to roll that back in place. I think I just got paste on my nose. The dangers of crafting.
I know, I had paste all over my fingers somehow. I'm like, how did I do that? Oh, it came out so good.
Okay, wonderful. Okay. All right, so mine is done, and I'm just going to set this aside right now.
Oh my goodness, it looks so cute.
Yeah, let's see everybody's.
I'm going to show you mine. So I did this way. We kind of did the same way, didn't we?
Yeah.
Welcome
We
to.
did.
All right, who else are we seeing? We're going to see Lynn's. Awesome. We're going to see Shelby. Yay. So we all did welcome to our home, huh?
Yeah, I guess we all like that. Okay, so I've had people in classes be like, oh no, I made a mistake here, and they want to wash it off. That's perfectly fine, but this surface, the book stack surface, has more of a, less of a satin finish and a little more rustic. So if that's the case, then you go over with black. It's not going to be as forgiving. So you can wash it off, and then you can apply like one coat of white paint. You should be fine, unless you want to remove it and then lay it right back on top where you had it. You should be good there too. So I'm going to set mine aside. So remember the stencils. I'm just going to leave mine out to the side now, but we want to put these either in a water bath with cool water and wash the front. Now black is may stain a little bit, but if you have our stencil cleaner and you give it a good scrubbing on the front side, it should come off pretty well.
And the
right?
cool
Now
thing,
it can sit there for a while because it's reconstitutable, so you can wash it later. All right, so I set mine aside, and now I'm going to work on the natural round. How many of you guys, have you guys purchased the natural rounds before, just the individual, or they come in a 10-pack? We had some that have the holes like this, and then we have some that had designed a little bit larger to be like. All right, so I'm going to put this down so we can do the next part of the project. I'm going to cut my client off because I'm not going to use it. I'm going to use the other twine. Then I'm going to find a good placement for my home. I can either have home or live simply, or I can kind of live on the edge and I can do both sides. So I'm going to choose live simply. Find a good place for that. Now, I do want to let you know, because of the size of the natural edge round, they're all different, and they're all different shapes and sizes. They're approximately 2.5 to 3 inches, but they are different shapes and sizes. So if yours is off a little bit, don't worry about it at all. Your entire design does not have to completely be on the natural round. I do that often, but they should all fit on there. They were designed to fit. So we had some odd ones that I thought were actually pretty cool that turned out to be a little more oval. And so that gave an interesting look. In fact, the one I have isn't, well, none of them are going to be perfectly round. It's, you know, it's came from a living product. All right, I'm gonna do the peel and reveal on that and see what I got, what I have. Oh, I love that. Mine turned out great. I love it. It's really hard to mess up. I mean, trust me, I do mess up, but it's kind of hard. Usually when I mess up, it's because I touch it too early or I peel it off and I had paste on my fingers or I didn't lay it down well enough. And so I bled underneath. So really some simple rules to follow. Just make sure you have good contact between your stencil and your surface. You don't have any air bubbles and not too much medium, and you should be in good shape. So I'm going to set this aside. It's going to need about 3 minutes to dry, hard enough so that I can turn it over and do my other design, my home design on the other side. So I'm just going to set this on top of my little book stack, and then we're going to work together on the garland. Let me grab all my pieces here, move them out of the way, and I'll grab my bead. So like I mentioned before, you've got there we go. You've got 10 of each color of bead, and then you've got these different, I think mine has like a gingham, a sheer black, a lace, like an ecru lace, and this little pearl thing. So that's going to make a fun little messy bow at the end, messy ribbon. All right, so let's get our beads out. I'm going to give you just a minute because there's one other thing I'd like for you to grab, and that is a piece of tape. Now, for me, I like to use tape because the end of the garland, it just moves through the beads so much better with tape. All right, so I'm going to remove this, not the one that came with the book stack, but the one that came with the beads and all the fun pieces in that pouch. And I'm going to remove this twine. Boy, is that loud enough for everyone? Don't you hate it when like you're in the movies and you're trying to open something up and it makes all that crinkling sound and you're like, oh, what? Don't look at me.
Yeah, and I was unmuted, so that was me, guilty as charged.
All right, so this is what I like to do with the tape. So I grab the end of the twine and I just have a little piece of Scotch tape. You can get whatever. Actually, you don't really need very much at all. I'm ripping it off with my teeth. My dentist doesn't like me very much. Okay, and then I'm gonna wrap the end. Now, some people choose to put it in candle wax. Some people can put you can use Mod Podge or, you know, glue, whatever you want to make the end stiff enough to feed through the beads. But for me, this is the quickest way. So you just roll it really tight. And now I'm going to get what kind of looks like the end of a shoelace. Now, if my end is a little scraggly, I'm just going to go ahead and chop that off just a little bit because I want to have, you know, a good length at the end, maybe about, you know, 3/4 of an inch long for my beads, for my garland. Okay, now I need to set about creating a pattern. Now it's up to you, but I'm going to go with a simple pattern. I'm going to go white, black, and then I'm going to go natural. And I'll just keep doing this until all the beads are used up. Now, sometimes I get to a bead that has a little bit, the hole isn't, maybe it's covered up with paint. And I just stick my scissors in there and roll it around.
So what's everyone's pattern like? Put in the comments or the chat. Are you going to do alternating? I think I'm going to do this. I might do 2, 2, and 2, maybe.
I'm like one of those people, like when you go to where, you know, you go out for the evening, you put on some jewelry. I'm like a totally low impact person on the jewelry. But look, hey, look at these fingernails. I want you guys to know I did these just for you tonight.
They look great.
They feel kind of silly. I've never had blue fingernails, but they're kind of fun.
Oh, I definitely. Oh, look at Lynn's doing black, white, and natural.
Now, if you get to a point where it's just not going through the bead well, and you know it's not because of any of the paint or anything weird going on with the bead, just stop and put some, cut off the end of your twine and put some tape on it and start again. Okay, well, this is the part where you can start singing again. Kathleen, do you have a special
Not
song
nervous
you wanna
anymore.
sing?
I only hum and sing when I'm nervous, so I'm not nervous.
Oh, okay, this is calming. It's not nerve
It's
wracking.
calming, no, right? And
Yeah.
so fun. I hope that when our friends who are making this project along with us will post a picture online so we could see it and then tag us at Magnolia Design Co., on Instagram or on Facebook. And that way we'll be able to find your project. And if some of you are watching this and thinking, oh my goodness, this looks like fun, you can still order one of these kits. They're available on our website. And I think they're $42.99. And you would get all the supplies so that you can make your own book stack and garland like we're doing right here.
Yeah, it's a really great deal. You've got the book stack and essentially two projects in one.
Yeah, and what I love is these are really versatile stencils that can really enhance any other projects that you're working on. They just make such a great little accent to live simply, the home. And then, of course, welcome to our home and home sweet home. Really, really consistent messages that, would be appropriate for so many different activities. Let's see. White, natural, and black.
I know, I'm sitting here talking, I'm like, okay, I missed something. I have an extra natural hanging out. All right, so I don't know what the problem is, or it's so far down, I'm not even doing anything about it. I guess I could put it right here. I'm not gonna do that. I'm canning this one. I don't know where it is, but it's gone. Looks great to me. All right, so I'm gonna give you guys a few minutes to get yours completed, and then we'll move on to making the tassels and adding the little round.
Awesome.
So while we're doing that, if you're done, sorry, I'm going to go ahead and do my other side since this is dry. You see it dries hard and it's ready to go. Were you going to say something?
Perfect. I was saying, I wonder if I should show some of the other kits that we have available that
that'd be great.
If you're interested in doing it while you guys are threading your beads. I can show you some of our other kits that are available. Let's see. Well, one is our monthly craft club kit. That would be an incredible product for you to sign up for, where you every single month you can get a fun craft like this shipped to your door. And Lisa is the one who actually puts these fun kits together. So Lisa, we have some fun things coming, don't we, over the next few months? This is
very exciting.
This is our adorable Easter craft club that is available in March. You can purchase it through your creator, and you can make this fun fabric garland that would look so adorable in so many places. And of course, you get the reusable stencils of the bunnies and the eggs, which again can be used on so many different projects. So for $19.99, it's an incredible deal. So if you are interested in doing a fun project like this every month, you get a surprise box and you have a fun product experience that you can enjoy. And then we also have some cute chalkboard kits that are available. And actually, I'm going to actually show you here. I did actually make the Somebody Loves You one. And look at how cute mine came out with the pink and the white chalkboard. And what I love about the chalkboards is that you can actually, like Lisa was talking earlier, you can actually just spray it with water, wipe it off, and then put another design on and keep them seasonal. The beauty begins the moment you decide to be yourself is another fun kit that's available. And then the Cottontail Farm. Comment below. This is like one of my favorite designs with the bunny. And we have this really nice kit where you can have the magnetic chalkboard that's, again, reusable, where you can change it for the seasons. You can update it in your decor. And then we also have the Cottontail lumbar pillow. So some fun kits. You can, check out our website or get in touch with your creator. She can hook you up. We also have some other fun ones that we added. I'll just go through them quickly. The bathroom quads are just perfect. It's a fun DIY project. Wash your hands, brush your teeth, comb your hair, flush the toilet. I think of my nephews all the time. Like they need this in the bathroom as a reminder, a little checklist. And then the pen and banners are so fun. The John 3:16 for God so loved and the cross is just so great. And of course, Lisa designed all these. So if there's anything you want to add here, jump right in.
And that just, like I said, some of them are like really meaningful to me, and the John 3:16 is to me. And then others are just, just fun. They're not anything poignant about life. They're just fun. The Scandinavian one was just one that I just had a wild hair about. I really wanted, that's super like fitting too, huh? Wild hair. But I guess I fell in love with the Scandinavian design last year, and I hadn't created one yet. So I was very, very delighted that this came out the way that it did.
Yeah, it looks great. And people can get it with a kit with the banner, and you get 3 pastes that you can mix match and just create this beautiful, colorful creation on a banner. And then, of course, in a field of roses, she is a sunflower. The sunflower one, I know a lot of people have been asking for sunflower stencils. This is a really great kit, too. So some fun things. Thank you, Lisa, for putting these fun kits together. And it's just
Can
like
we
when
just
you
mention, Kathleen,
yeah.
though, if you hop on our website and you do see that those DIY kits, if you go into some of the DIY kits, they actually have a video that you can see how it all comes together. That kind of a cool little feature there.
Super fun. Yep. And then that way it shows people how they can use the products that we put together in the bundles. All right, I'm going to give it back to you. I'm going to remove my spotlight and give the show back to you.
Well, Lynn, I'm glad that you like the Scandinavian, and Shelly says that I did this. Somebody loves you. Good. That's cute. It's a cute one. Okay, so just some things to keep in mind. Now I've still got this backing sheet, right? That's what this is called, a piece of paper. The back side is a matte finish. The side that the stencil came on is a slick finish. So I'm just going to take my stencil right now and place it on it so that I can, set it aside. I can either stick it to something or put it aside just like this. Let's say I'm having a party and I don't want to wash them there, and I just want to wash them when I go home. It can go right back on the backing here. Now let's say that I want to go ahead and wash it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to wash it and I'm going to dry it upside down, and I'm not going to put it back on the backer until it's completely dry. Okay, because what happens right when we put anything on paper, any moisture on paper, it kind of dissolves, and that backer is now going to become part of our stencil. So we don't want that to happen. You can get it off. It's just going to be a little bit of a task, and then you've kind of ruined your backer sheets. If you guys do ruin your backer sheets, we do have backer sheets for sale online, very inexpensive. So, all right, I'm going to move on. Are we ready to move on with our tassel? Okay, all right. So I'm going to move it down here so y'all can see. You guys, I moved to the South like 30 years ago, and I say y'all now, so I just can't help it. Okay, So now what I have is I did the other side of my round. I went ahead and put home on it. It's dry now in the Live Simply. So I am going to, here is my garland, and I'm going to leave about 6 to 8 inches on each end. And I'm just going to cut right here. And now this is what I have for my garland, okay? On the one that still has the little, the tape on it, I'm going to feed that through my live edge round. Now this is the way that I like to finish them off. And then when I've got it through there and I've got enough length that I don't have to wrestle, I'm going to go ahead and tie that in a knot. And to be extra super sure, I'm going to tie it in another knot. So double knot it. Now, I really don't want this hanging down in my project, this little tail. Even if I cut it off, it's kind of unsightly to me. So I'm going to feed it back through a couple of the beads. If you hold the bead, if you push the bead up and you hold the twine down, it'll allow enough space for this to go right through. Okay, you can see that?
Yep.
All right, fed it through one. I'm going to feed it through another, feed it through two at least, maybe three. All right, so now I'm going to pull both the twine that my beads are on and the twine that I just fed through. I'm going to pull them pretty tight so I know that it is down right by my wood round. And then I'm going to take the tail here, only that one, and I'm going to cut it. All right, and then I can feed the rest of my beads right over it, and that is beautifully hidden.
What a trick, Lisa. I'm like, I would have never thought of that.
Yeah, I don't know how the pros do it, but I just figured it out one day. I'm like, that's ugly. I'm getting rid of that.
It looks great. Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, so now I'm going to set that aside, and I'm going to work on my tassel. All right, so we've got lots of twine left. So I'm going to just undo it a little bit so that it doesn't get knotted up. And then I'm going to start wrapping it around my hands. Now I have smaller hands, so you guys need to make the decision for yourself. But I always like fan my hand out a little bit like this. So I'm going to get a longer tassel. And I'm just going to keep on wrapping until I've used almost all of it. Probably I'm going to leave myself about 12 inches on the end. Splay your fingers. I stuck my thumb in there. Making a rat's nest out of mine. There we go. So there's no real science to this one. Just keep wrapping it around and around until you pretty much run out of twine. I should have separated mine more so I didn't get it all tangled up. But it's live. Yeah. Right? We said earlier, sometimes weird things happen on lives.
So let's see.
And I can't tell you guys how many times I've done this and not got hung up. But...
Whoops, I just dropped my beads.
How's everybody else doing? You doing a better job than me?
Shelby says she's looking for one line. Hers is doubled. I think you need to untwine it all. Because mine is doubled in an area too, but now that I'm pulling it, it's coming loose. It's a single.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
Well, now that you learned how to make a tassel, we could do the tassel out of yarn or out of anything, right? Really?
Right,
now that we're learning how to do
exactly.
tassel.
Okay, I'm done fussing with mine, so that's about as as much as I'm gonna, there we go. Oh, I'm gonna get more. Okay, it gave up. All right, so now I'm gonna cut it off when I think I'm done. I'm just gonna hold mine just like this.
So, did you cut it from you have, the beads have like a tail at the end, right? Like a 6 to 8
Beads
inch
have a tail and they're separate right now. They're safe over here.
Okay. All right, cool.
Okay.
I just missed that part.
All right, and then I wound it around as a separate project here, and then I have more left here, probably about 3 feet because I gave up and stopped untangling it. But I'm gonna have more than enough. So while I'm still holding this in my hand, I'm gonna cut myself a piece of twine about 12 inches or so. They're just gonna set that aside. All right, now I'm gonna take it off my hand and just catch it at the top here. Then I'm gonna grab, are we caught up? Where are you on this, Kathleen? Are you ready?
I'm still wrapping around, so
Okay, well, wait a minute.
we will. Yeah, so I appreciate that. I'm like, otherwise I need a rewind feature
Rewind.
or a slow motion feature, right?
Okay. So Tracy says for something different on the beads, you could add a little, oops, I missed that part. You could add little white and black dots. Oh, how cute. That would be so cute, Tracy. Yeah, with our like chalk markers or ink markers, that would be so cute. Good idea.
All right, I'm good. I'm caught up with you, Lisa. I don't know. How are our friends doing? Are our friends on Facebook? How are you guys
Everybody's good?
doing? Yeah.
Okay, looks like we're ready to go. So then I'm just gonna start taking, I'm gonna hold it at the top here, okay? And I'm gonna start taking my ribbons and just like laying them on the top. So just evenly. I'm not going for perfection here, just about even.
Okay.
Because I'm gonna cut them all later. I just wanna catch them as much as I can right in the middle here. And use what you want. If you don't wanna use them, that's fine too. I'm putting all of mine in there. Okay, so I've got all of this going on right here. I'm going to put this back down so you can see the rest of it a little closer. All right, so now I've got this, let me get rid of this stuff I'm not using. So now I've got a 12-inch piece here. And I've got what I'm holding in my hand, and then I've got my garland. So I need to decide on my garland how tight I want these beads to be. I don't like them super tight to where you can't maneuver them well. So I like a little bit of space. So I'm going to get it to where I want, and then I'm going to slip this twine right through what I was working on, right through here. Catch all of it. I'm going to pull it up close to my last bead. Everybody see that? I'm just gonna just pinch it. Hold it up close to the last bead now and pinch it.
Got it.
Then I'm gonna tie a knot. Now this knot, you don't have to try and hide by feeding it back through the beads. We're gonna do something a little different with it. So I'm gonna tie it in a couple of knots. If you guys have any ideas about how you do it, please share. This is how I do it. Tie it in a couple of knots. Again, just leaving a little bit at the end so I have a little more play with my beads. And the way I'm going to hide this one is here's the twine I used to tie that to tie that knot, and I'm going to pull it down into the rest of the twine.
Ah,
cool. I'm going to work with it.
How many knots did you do? I'm going to do
I did 2.
You did 2?
Yeah, I like it to be secure.
Okay.
And I'll just wait for everyone. Moving my stuff out of the way. Okay, we're getting close to finishing up. Hope everybody's caught up. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take that loop of the twine and down towards the end, or down at the end, I'm sorry, at the bottom part of the loop, I'm going to put my scissors through there and just cut. Doesn't have to be perfect. We're going to give it a haircut in a minute. We just want to cut them apart so we don't have any more loops. It should look like this.
Okay. I don't think I tied my knot tight enough around the ribbon ball.
You can possibly take the knot and move it up, scooch it up. Okay, now we have this, and I'm going to pull I'm just going to squish everything together. Then I'm going to take that 12-inch or so piece of twine, and I'm going to tie it in a knot, make a little head on my tassel. I'm going to tie it probably about 1 inch down from the top. That's up to you. So that it looks like this. And I'm going to tie that in a couple of knots. I love knots. I tie my shoelaces in knots also. All right. All right, and now I've got this. All righty. So the very first thing I like to do is move all of the ribbons aside as far as trimming, giving this thing a haircut. I move the ribbons aside, out of the way, and I'm just interested in working with the twine right now. Now I've got just the twine there. Remember, we had some extra pieces, one from the garland and one from the knot. So I've got a lot of different sizes going on here. And then when I cut it, because I wrapped it around, they're not all going to be even. So I'm just going to smooth it out as best I can and then just trim the bottom. Okay, and so it looks like this. Now you can trim yours up shorter if you want, but this is the length that I wanted. Then the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pull these other ribbons down about to the bottom. Now they don't have to be exact. They don't all have to be the same size. And I'm just going to cut them at an angle. So typically when you cut at an angle, your ribbons don't fray or don't fray so badly. So, and I'm just going to do them at, you know, just all different lengths. They don't have to be the same. This little bead. I think I'll put mine this way.
How cute. How many times tie a knot in your when you wrapped it around, after you wrapped it around, did you tie a little knot in your
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I did. Tied a knot right here.
Got it.
Mm-hmm. All right, everybody, when you're done, let's see your finished project. And I'd like to know where you're going to hang your. So I was visiting my daughter and I made one and I put it on her mantle. I think that's the picture that we have on there online. But it looks so cute. And this is so funny. Like every time I turned around and I saw it on her mantle, I thought, that is so cute. a couple of times I caught myself not realizing I'd made it, but it's kind of silly. But it's just a cute little accent piece for decoration. And she changes out her foyer every season, but this is going to go at her little foyer table. She's way more organized than I am. But the mantle, she's got looking more farmhouse chic, chicy, not a rough, farmhouse, but more a chic. Okay, and that is it. This is mine. Can I see everybody else's when they're done? And so if you're needing a little bit more time, or if you have any questions, please put them down in the comments. I know you're trying to work your hands around everything, but if you have any questions, put them in the comments and I'll try to answer them for you.
I think I did it. What do you think?
Nice job.
My little, and then I had a little special round. So I'm going to put the arrow on the back of mine because it was too narrow at the top, but I love it. And so I have my welcome. There we go.
Very nice.
Oh, and who else is, I think,
good job. Looks like Shelby's done.
Shelby, let's see. Add
no,
spotlight.
She's saying no.
But she's working on her tassel.
There we go.
Working on her tassel. How about Lynn? How are you, Lynn?
You're still working on hers too?
You're still working on hers too, right? Oh, how fun. I want to know in the chat box how you guys are doing. Let us know. Sprinkle the love. And again, if you want to, maybe you could show yours again, Lisa, show the finished product, because maybe some of our friends watching might want to get this. And it's also a great gift too if you know somebody who likes to craft, or better yet, get a few friends together and you can make it together with friends, just like we did virtually, but order a couple kits and gather around the kitchen table and just have fun making this really fun project. And gosh, what a great gift it would be too for somebody, especially Mother's Day is, gonna be here before we know it. Birthdays. All right, so I am gonna just share some stuff, Lisa, while our friends are finishing up too, about some of the new stencils that are coming out. Can you tell our friends a little bit about some of the new stencils that they're going to be available tomorrow, so that you guys are getting a sneak peek? Nobody has seen these yet. They're going to be on our website, available for you to purchase tomorrow. So as you're going through, make a wish list. If some of these are going to be things that you want to add, I'll have Lisa tell us a little bit about those.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. That family celebrations and family birthdays, that's just that's a family board, and you can hang different things from the bottom of each of those months, and it would be things like maybe hearts or rounds, and we may have a kit coming out to include those items, and then you would just write different birthday days on there. And that's a larger stencil. I believe that was 18 by 18, and you just cut it in half there, and you can use either one you want for your family board. The next one is Thy Word, and actually that is something my sister created. So my sister has been helping out with some of them. If you guys saw, maybe if you can turn over to the next one. I'm going to be doing a live tomorrow with this crazy chicken lady. And she actually did this chicken. It is based off of a chicken of a friend of hers has. And she drew this chicken. So super fun, lots of fun. She's been helping with things like that. And that is an 8.5 by 11. And then we have the Always Be Kind, which is something that I really wanted.
Awesome. I know I love it too. I want the Always Be Kind one. I just love the femininity too of the leaves and the detail of the bee. So I just can't wait to get that one in. But maybe some of our friends are watching and they want to get all these, but maybe your wish list is bigger than your budget. Maybe you want all the kits, you want all the stencils. Well, you can actually host a class or host a party or workshop and treat yourself at a discount or even free. Your creator can help you set something up, because designing together is better, and having fun like this fun virtual event is something anybody can do online. Or again, if you want to get together in person, we have some fabulous DIY kits we shared earlier. Your creator can help you pick a project and you can make it together with friends. And you can see here, you can earn half price and free products just by designing and inviting friends to make a fun project alongside you and your creator. And, all you really have to do is schedule it, invite, and then participate. So we would love to invite you to do that. And if you like everything we've showed you today, you might want to also consider about becoming a creator. But I have another fun little game. I want to know if you're following along. If a leprechaun granted you a wish, either give me a thumbs up if you would like just unlimited cash, right? Or a heart if you would like a beautiful chateau of your very own, or maybe your own private island, or maybe just glam, fame, fortune, all of it. What would you prefer? Thumbs up. I'm the thumbs. You're gonna heart. Oh, okay. Or the beach. I'm like the thumbs up. What would you do? What are so? Oh, we got lots of thumbs up. Lots of thumbs up here. Few hearts. A few. And what's cool about our creators and our creator community? You know what we just did here is actually what a creator would do. She can invite you together and host a fun project online, and friends can craft together and just learn new techniques that you can use with other projects or with the project you create. And our creators get to shop at a discount, and for $69 you can get your own business in a box. So this is a sample of what our spring kit looks like. You get stencils, you get chalk paste, you get all the training and supplies and everything you need to start your business. For $10.99, you get a replicated web fee. You pay a replicated web fee, so you get a replicated website so that you can share these products and inspire so many other people to create and make beautiful projects together. We sure would love to talk to you more about that. So if any of these things are interesting to you, get in contact with your creator. She can help you do that. But Lisa, this was so fun having you come share this project. And I don't know if anybody has any questions for us while we're here. While we have, Lisa here, co-owner and co-founder of Magnolia Design, and I'm the vice president of sales here. We'd love to answer any questions you have. And while you post some questions, I'm going to just go grab a list because we should give away some prizes. What do you think, Lisa? Maybe a stencil?
Oh yeah, definitely. We need to give away some. Yeah,
we need to give away something.
A stencil.
Yeah, we'll give away a fun stencil. So what questions we have? Do we have any on Facebook? I don't see any in the chat. Let me see what the live chat is here on Facebook. I'm going to pull this up. No questions. All of it. They want all of it. Anything you want to add to our friends watching, or say to our friends who joined today?
Me?
Yeah.
No, but thanks for joining us. I love doing projects with you guys, and I think it's fun to, as Kathleen mentioned earlier, it's a lot of fun to get your friends together to make projects. We have one woman who's getting all of her her community group together, and they're doing it. So kind of cool ideas for you guys to get together. My daughter has a book club. They want to get together and do things. Those kinds of things that just give you a reason to get together. And you have a project to do, some fun little thing to take home, to decorate your home or give away as a gift.
I love it. So fun. Alrighty, so let's see. I have a list of people who entered and filled out our form. And so what we can do, so somebody wants to know, where does the tassel go on the book stack? Shelby has a question. So I don't know, maybe you can just hang it, drape it over your book stack.
Yeah, do you have that picture of the book stack? Because that's the way that I arranged it on that mantle, I think is a good solution for how it's supposed to, how it could look.
I do. Let me just grab it real quick. I'll just share it on our, I'll close it out with that. Right now I'm going to share, though, the winner of the wheel. So let's do that first, and then I'll find the picture for you, Shelby, to show you what it looks like. But all right, so this is everybody who joined our event, entered their name. Here, Danielle, Mary's in here twice. So let's, oh, Shamrock McFighting. I wonder who that's going to be. Is it Mary or Allison? It is Mary Hanson. Yay, Mary. So comment below if you are here with us still. We will get in touch with you and send you a stencil. Lisa will pick a fun stencil from the warehouse and send it out to you as a fun surprise gift for joining our event today. We really appreciate you guys coming out and making this with us, because it's so fun when you get done with a project at the end. You can hang it up and hold it up and say it was made by me. So let's, I'm going to show you, can you see my screen now? It's loading up. Can you see it?
Yeah, there we go.
There we go. Look at how fun. So we made our DIY book stack and farmhouse dual garland. This fun project is still available on our website. So thanks again for everybody who stopped by to make this with us. We certainly had a good time. Hopefully you did too. And this type of a format is something that if you wanted to do a private project with your friends and invite them on a Zoom channel, get in touch with your creator. She can hook you up and show you how you can do something fun like we did today. So thank you again, Lisa, for sharing your expertise with us. I'm so excited that I know how to make a tassel, a garland. I knew how to chalk today. So it was just a fun project all the way around. So thanks, everybody. Thanks for joining.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.